Season 1, Episode 5, What a Finnish Savings System Looks Like. Savings is one of the most emotionally loaded words in personal finance. People talk about it as discipline, as sacrifice, as something you're supposed to be doing better. And for many people, savings never quite feels done, no matter how much is there, no matter how long they've been working at it. This episode is about a different way of thinking about savings. Not as effort, but as completion. Most people experience savings as an ongoing obligation, something you should always be adding to, revisiting, questioning. Am I saving enough? Should I be saving more? Should this be invested instead? Is this too conservative? Those questions don't usually come from irresponsibility. They come from savings that has no clear end state. When savings is undefined, it quietly asks for attention forever. A Finnish savings system behaves very differently. It doesn't demand discipline. It doesn't require motivation. It doesn't need constant review. It sits there, doing its job, so your mind doesn't have to. The purpose of savings at this stage is not growth, it's containment. It helps to name one distinction here. Saving and investing are often treated as variations of the same thing, but they serve very different purposes. Saving is about certainty. It's money whose job is to be there. Investing is about exposure. It's money whose job is to grow over time, at the cost of short-term unpredictability. When those two are blended too early, saving starts carrying risk it was never meant to hold. And investing gets burdened with the job of providing emotional safety. A Finnish savings system exists, so investing doesn't have to do that work. Containment is an underappreciated idea in money. Savings is meant to hold uncertainty, so it doesn't spill into everything else. It's meant to absorb surprises before they turn into anxiety. When savings is unfinished, every unexpected expense feels personal. Every fluctuation feels like a judgment. Every decision competes with the future. When savings is finished, many of those feelings simply don't arise. Not because nothing can go wrong, but because there is a place for things to land. This is where life stage, asset level, and time horizon matter, quietly but decisively. What finished looks like is not a number that applies to everyone. If you're early, finished might mean modest but reliable containment. If you're midstream, finished might mean insulation from disruption. If time or margin is limited, finished becomes less about efficiency and more about stability. The principle doesn't change. The scale does. One of the reasons people struggle with savings is that they mix roles. Savings gets asked to be safe and productive and flexible and inflation-proof and emotionally reassuring all at the same time. That's too many jobs. When savings is asked to perform, it stops containing. And when it stops containing, it stops doing the very thing that would make the rest of the system calmer. A Finnish savings system has clear boundaries. Not in the sense of rules, but in the sense of roles. This money is not trying to grow. It's not trying to impress. It's not trying to optimize. It's trying to be there when something unexpected happens, so nothing else has to move. That clarity is what makes it finished. Notice what changes psychologically when savings is no longer an open question. You stop scanning balances compulsively. You stop second-guessing ordinary expenses. You stop feeling like every decision has long-term consequences. Savings becomes quiet. And quiet systems free attention. This is also why people often underestimate savings. They see the opportunity cost. They see what it isn't doing. What they don't see is what it's preventing. The mental tax of constant evaluation. The fragility of needing things to go right. The stress of knowing that one surprise would force uncomfortable decisions. A Finnish savings system buys freedom from those states. Importantly, Finnish does not mean permanent. Life changes, obligations shift, time horizons shorten or lengthen. Finished means finished for now. It means savings has a clear job and is doing it well enough that it no longer needs your attention. That's a very different standard than maximized. If there's one idea to carry forward from this episode, it's this. Savings is not a test of discipline. It's a design problem, and good design reduces thinking. When savings is finished, earning and investing can finally stop competing with basic peace of mind. In the next episode, we'll look at something closely related that's often misunderstood for the same reasons. Cash. not as inefficiency, not as laziness, but as emotional ballast, and why calm systems tend to hold more of it than spreadsheets suggest. That's where stability starts to become visible.